I'm Dave Cyderbaby. This is for Rock Radio UK, and today I'm speaking to Ward 16. Hello.
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 How are you guys? You looking well? You looking relaxed?
Lots of drugs.
It's all lies. We're very stressed.
How can you be stressed? You're just about to drop what is probably one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, because we haven't finished doing all the work to drop the album
Yeah,
yet, and it's about to drop. So that's why I was stressed.
Identity is due out when?
Yeah.
11th of July.
Yeah. So everything's your must be pretty much in a row by now, surely.
Well, all the ducks have written down on a whiteboard saying what we haven't done at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
As far as the album release goes, that's all that's set up and ready to go.
but there's so much more that goes to
Yeah.
lining it up, doesn't
Especially
it?
with our live show, we've got to build all the props. We've got to design the show and choreograph the show. It's not just about learning the songs for us, so there's a lot of work that goes
Yeah.
into that, and then there's a lot of adverts and things going on behind the
Yeah.
scenes.
So well, Kerry does all the art.
Yeah.
So all the artwork, all the stuff that's going to be in the magazines and seen in festivals and all the videos and whatever, it's all done in house. So it's we're not only doing the music and doing the theatrics, but we're also producing everything that you see online as well. So it's very much uh, it's just like an industry really. It's full pelt at the moment.
I've literally got the phone with Zoom leaning against my laptop, and just behind it, I've got the Harris fence banner that I'm designing for one of the festivals. And I'm like really trying not to touch the mouse because I can just see bits I want to change on it.
Are you always this finicky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
A
fairly
good lie
assertive
there.
there. So.
yeah. She's an absolute nightmare. The album. She's so meticulous and hard to please and satisfy, not only in music but in real life. That it did take a lot longer than anticipated, but the reward comes from how good it sounds, and that's all due to how she is in terms of the detail. I'm more of a globe, like I'm macro, she's micro.
Hmm.
We kind of meet in the middle somehow.
Excellent. I mean, we've pretty much all heard Blood is the New Black, which is the current single out at the moment. It, it, I'm playing it a lot. I know the rest of my DJs are playing it quite a bit as well in their shows. So everybody seems to be liking it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's quite nice.
gone down well. It's good. It was really fun to shoot the video as well because we got all our inmates involved in that. The certified inmates that we had that we from when we did the certified inmate packages. So
I think it's nice because it's been so long since we recorded our own music
Hmm.
that I think the difference in the sound and the quality, I think, and noticeable. I think I'm trying to get the words out of my
basically, I did all the keyboards
tonsil
on this
adult
album,
brain. Um,
so that's why it sounds nice.
no, I think it's been reassuring. You know, you don't, when it's been so long since we recorded or released our own stuff,
Hmm.
that there's always a massive amount of anxiety about it,
Yeah.
about whether what you're doing is right. And obviously, some of the our direction of this album is a lot more direct and a bit more dynamic than and different than the last album. There's always that that worry that it no one wants it or likes it. So it's nice to have it appreciated.
Identity. I've been lucky enough to have a listen to it. I mean, three tracks really stand out for me, which I liked on like first listen. But the whole album itself, like you said, is so different from the previous album. Yeah, it's so much. Dare I say, so much better. I think you've hit a vein, and it's just like the whole direction of the album is just like superb. I really do like what you've done. Um, What's in a Box, Macabre, was it Macabre and Amoeba of Madness.
The token almost ballad of the album,
Yeah, yeah.
almost.
Hmm.
Yeah, but we toured with the previous album for so long, and not only from our own shows, but also in festivals. We were able to reflect on it a little bit and see what gripped people and how the dynamics worked. And it was a very much an introspective album, which I think is easy to follow when you're a follower of the band, but doesn't necessarily translate so well when you're playing a festival when you've got about 30 minutes to make a big impact.
Mm.
So, and as well, along the 4 years since that album was released, we've gigged with Skindred and Cradle of Filth and adult, played Bloodstock, and you can't help but be influenced by the types of bands that you're being surrounded by. So I guess it was a slightly conscious effort to make it a bit more dynamic from the very beginning, a bit more bombastic,
Mm.
but it also has to serve the context of the album and the storyline. So I think if the storyline didn't require that type of music, it wouldn't have been like that either. To be honest, so I think it was just it was the perfect mood and the perfect time for it as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like the third story in a trilogy. I mean, what is the outline of I suppose, the concept behind the album?
I'll give an overview of all three, I guess. So the first album, she manipulates a man into killing on her behalf, and on the second album, we go back. It's all following the timeline of a psychiatrist that's interviewing her, and we
Mm.
go back to the next thing he asks her is, why is she this way? So he wants to find out, and he goes back to her childhood, and we find out how she was abused in childhood by a evil, well, not evil mother, alcoholic mother, and then she eventually, she becomes a teenager and she ends up killing her own mother, and that's how she ends up on Ward 16 for 8 years of rehabilitation. So in this album, she's finally being released from the institution, and she's released into the new world with a new identity.
Mm-hmm.
So we follow what happens from that point up until the beginning of the first album.
Yeah. So in the chronology of the three stories, this is number 2.
Right.
So Arthur. So if you think of it from the start of the actual storyline to the end of it, Metamorphosis, which was album 2, is the first part of the story. This is the second part, and our first album, The Art of Manipulation, is the end.
Okay.
So if you're geeky enough, what you'll be able to do is hear arcs of the songs on the new album that mirror some themes from the first album, and that links the chain of the story.
Yeah.
So it ends up just curling back onto itself. So you could theoretically go around in a loop.
Excellent.
And like the toy box, broken toys, what's in the box are related.
Yes.
A certain amount in terms of what the theme is, but also the how we've structured the song. That there's definitive elements of the song that we kind of made uniform. But there's loads of things like that. The end song, like you're talking about Amoeba of Madness, that ends with a passage that starts the first album.
Yeah.
And it'll just loop. So it's sort of very, very conscious.
Okay. So the fans have been behind you from the very start, because when you first announced like not so much a pre-order but crowdfunding, it just went bananas, didn't it, at the beginning?
Yeah, it worked really well, really. We started the certified inmates initiative, so everyone gets their own inmate number. We are going to open it up again eventually.
We need to because we're broke.
We've paid for too many adverts now. Yeah. So yeah, everyone absolutely latched onto it, you know, and everybody really loves having their own number
Yeah.
because it's not just been about this one little crowdfunder. Like even when we've posted like the YouTube videos, before anybody comments, they've put their number. So
Yeah.
it's like number 11. This is what I say, number 256.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah.
And then they put their comment, and they do that quite a lot on everything.
Because it just blew up out of all kind of planned proportion. So what we raised was incredible, but then the associated workload that we had to do to fulfill it was absolutely bananas.
We were hand printing individual numbers on the t-shirts.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's just, yeah.
But I've still
got PTSD from it.
I made them do it again though, because when we were doing the music video, we only invited certified inmates to be in the music video, and we ordered overalls for everybody to wear.
Right.
I made the band, well, pretty much just me and David. I'm not gonna lie. We printed all their numbers onto the overalls again to be in the video, so they could have their number in the video.
I mean, the work that's gone into it, it does pay off though, because the video looks fantastic. And you, again, going back to that fan base, you've got such a loyal fan base from all that. I mean, you've included everybody in the Ward